Let's talk Wendy Ortiz. She's having such a huge moment. She's the current it girl, and I just got off binging her trip to Japan, so I want to talk about her. Wendy was born November 11th, 2003. I do not have a time of birth or a location of birth, but we can still see a lot from her natal chart without those things. And one of the first things that jumped out at me was this Pluto-Venus conjunction in Sagittarius. Whenever Pluto meets up with Venus, we're talking about a powerful woman, a powerful beauty. And both these planets are actually being opposed by the moon. So the light of the moon is amplifying that power, that beauty. And whenever we have this Venus moon opposition, it also talks about someone who's well received by women, well loved by women. And it makes her such a girl's girl, and that's undeniable. I mean, she's just such a humble person. She has a really good core set of friends that are very loyal to her, and for good reason, because I think she's just a very kind person. She also has Neptune and Uranus in Aquarius, which automatically makes her a trendsetter. And because we're talking about generational planets, we're talking about someone who's a generational influencer, a generational trendsetter. And she will set new trends, which is something I'm really looking forward to seeing in her future. There's also an aspect of Neptune and Uranus coming together that makes her very intuitive, makes her a really good manifester. And a lot of the times, the random intuitive feelings she gets, she needs to trust. It also makes her manifestations happen randomly and take her by surprise, which is awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if we learn that she has some type of paranormal gift, that she's a little precognitive, especially with that moon making a trine to that Neptune. It's a loose trine, but it's a sign-based trine at least. So I think she really is a manifester. And that grand water trine she has between Mars, the Sun, and Saturn confirms that. There's also this Mars-Venus square in her chart, which makes her a little spicy, right? It makes her someone who's prone to drama with men, which is something she's popular for or well known for. And it's probably something that will continue to come up throughout the course of her life. Venus is also squaring Jupiter in her chart, which is okay. I mean, even if it's a square, anytime the benefics have contact with one another, they are going to amplify each other. So will she be rich? Yes. Will she be generous? Yes. When the benefics come together, we're talking about people that are generous. Again, like I said, very charitable. She likes to give back to her family. And I do see her being charitable to a community too. The one caveat about this aspect is that it could make her kind of susceptible to being taken advantage of others, too trusting sometimes. It could also make her have moments of laziness, which is fine. I mean, Jupiter and Venus coming together in a square makes one just want to rest and baste in the abundance, and that can create moments of laziness. On the flip side, there are a few aspects that are a little tough in her chart. Here we have the Sun is in a sign-based conjunction with Mercury, and Mercury is said to be under the beams of the Sun. So it's kind of getting burned by the Sun. So because it's like 7 degrees away from the Sun. This kind of explains that she suffers with mental health issues sometimes. And I know that she talks about how she suffers with derealization. I'm not super versed in that, but it is something that she'll have to, a challenge she'll face. There's also a conjunction between the South Node and the Sun, and that could talk about what she's experiencing with her father, right? So the Sun is our father in our charts. It describes our father, and so when the South Node is touching it, the South Node decreases that energy in her life, and so we talk about someone who experiences absence from father, and it's the Sun is also like your soul essence, and so this absence from her father is something that like deeply, of course, affects her. The Sun South Node conjunction also makes her prone to periods of melancholy, depression, apathy, because again, the Sun is your vitality, it's your soul essence, and so the South Node kind of gives you moments of detachment from that, right? But I feel like she's someone that can snap herself out of any depression state, any melancholy, and that's because she has a very active Mars in her chart. Mars is making a trine to Saturn, so it makes her someone very determined, very ambitious. She gets it done. And whatever she accomplishes through her ambitions, it's long lasting. So I see her creating wealth that will carry on for generations. Mars is also trining the Sun. So again, a very motivated individual. It makes her someone who gains a lot from being visible, right? So I think it's wonderful that she's going to start twitching and streaming even larger portions of her life, because this is where she gains her success in life. She also has a Saturn Sun trine, which makes her a very successful person. The businesses she starts will be long lasting, very solid. Her businesses will create long-term gains for her, and she will come across older mentors that come in and help her with her businesses, mentor her in business. So I see a lot of success in her chart, and I am just so excited to see what's coming down the road for Wendy. So what is in the near future for Wendy? Jupiter is currently in Gemini, and it's actually making a conjunction to her moon. So this means it's a super fruitful time for Wendy. She has a lot of popularity right now, and she's very well received again by women. It could also mean that she's looking to maybe relocate her home, maybe buy a new house or move locations completely. We'll see. Jupiter is also making an opposition to her natal Pluto. So this is a time of unlimited potential for her. She's becoming a leader in her own right. She is doing this also because Pluto is cutting out any toxicity in her life. So she could be experiencing a time where she's ending friendships with people who don't serve her well, or cutting up ties with people who don't serve her well, or letting go of any negative thinking patterns. And this is because Jupiter helps you kind of gain a sense of self. Whenever, especially when Jupiter is hitting your moon, it's kind of fortifying that sense of self. So with like this newfound confidence, she's able to tap into that unlimited potential that she's experiencing right now. And in the near future, I see her getting into business with people, signing contracts, signing very lucrative, long-lasting contracts, especially with like older mentors that come in and help her out. I'm really excited for her. Wendy, give us that makeup line we're all waiting for, or drop the merch, something, because this is a time where the possibilities are actually limitless for you. So come on, girl.